I'm WeatherBug meteorologist Rachel Peterson. Lake effect snow is something people deal with each year. Every fall, as the warm weather of summer fades and those first cold blasts of winter rage, the Great Lakes become factories for lake effect snow. This snow forms when cold, dry air diving south over Canada passes over warm waters of the Great Lakes. The cold air picks up moisture as the warm water evaporates from the lake. The moisture is dropped as snow once it reaches the shore. The warmer the lake water, the better chance for heavier snowfalls. These big snows are often found in the fall and early winter before the lake cools and begins to freeze. The Great Lakes are awesome snowmaking machines. They're so large they hold their summer heat well into the winter and rarely freeze. Now, Lake Erie is the exception. This shallower lake often freezes, and once a lake freezes, the snow machine loses its fuel and the chance for lake effect snow drops drastically, especially in cities like Cleveland, Ohio, Erie, Pennsylvania, and Buffalo, New York. Another ingredient that helps produce lake effect snow is fetch. Wait, what's fetch? Fetch is the distance the cold air moves over the water. It's pretty simple. The longer the fetch, the more fuel for the snowstorm. Lake effect snow is typically light and fluffy. It has a water ratio of 20:1, which means 20 inches of snow equals 1 inch of water. Now, normally, snow has a 10:1 water ratio, meaning 10 inches of snow equals 1 inch of water. The fluffiness of the lake effect snow depends on how much moisture the air picks up over the water and how cold the air is. Basically, the colder the air, the fluffier the snow. During a cold outbreak, winds typically blow from the west or the northwest, bringing snowfall to these eastern shore cities, Marquette, Grand Rapids, and Syracuse. Although the east and south shores of the Great Lakes are most likely to have lake effect snowfalls, north and west shores can be hit if the air crossing the lake is cold enough and the distance the air passes over the water is large enough. This is when Chicago can see snow. Lake effect snows are not restricted to the Great Lakes shorelines, but are most common and heaviest there. Any large lake may produce lake effect snow downwind if it remains ice-free. Hudson and James Bays in Quebec and Ontario, Canada, the Massachusetts Bay, the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland, and the Great Salt Lake in Utah are all good examples of this. Lake effect snowstorms can be extremely expensive, impacting industry, agriculture, and recreation. It's the cause for many lost work days, school snow days, plus it creates dangerous driving conditions and is expensive to remove. Now remember, lake effect snow doesn't happen just around the Great Lakes, so keep WeatherBug on your computer. Check it often for all your winter weather needs.